After sending away the advanced tier crystal, it didn't take long for Quinn to receive the money. The portal delivery box confirmed that the item was real with a scan, and then with a flash it was sent. At the same time, Quinn's watch made a ding sound. He looked at his watch, and 12,030 credits were all his. Never in his life did he think he would be able to acquire this type of money. His original plan was to obtain the Earth ability from the school. Then he would work hard and possibly be able to upgrade his ability to a power level of 3. After, he could join a hunting faction and become a traveler, killing basic beasts and selling their cores. But even then, he would have to kill 120 basic beasts to make the amount of money he had today. Before doing anything else, Quinn immediately put up the 16 basic Radiclaw crystals for sale. These didn't take long to sell either. There were always people and companies looking to buy them. If the beast crystals couldn't be used to make a weapon, they would be used as an energy source instead, powering up vehicles, lights, engines, and all sorts. Now the total amount of credits was 13,630. He looked at the number again and again, and a smile couldn't stop appearing on his face. Logging back onto the marketplace, Quinn was now searching for 2 intermediate crystals. The shop stated that the gauntlets he was after didn't need any specific type, so he went ahead and purchased the 2 cheapest ones he could find at 1,000 each. It hurt him seeing his credits go down so suddenly, but this is what needed to be done. There was a need to spend money before one could make money. The better equipment would allow him to hunt stronger beasts and earn more money. Before heading back to the storage room to obtain his crystals, Quinn decided to search the marketplace a bit more to see if there was anything useful. He also looked at the items in his shop, but they all required specific beast crystals that were nearly impossible to find on the marketplace. That's when he realized the items in his shop seemed to be quite rare. Even when searching for a similar weapon or piece of armor similar, there were no matches found for these types of items. After searching and searching, he decided to fork out a load of money on a pair of black boots. He purposely chose a design that didn't look too fancy, but also gave him the best stats. That way, if others saw the equipment, they wouldn't think anything of it and wondered where Quinn was able to get the money from. After spending 8,000 on the boots, he now only had 3,630 credits remaining. As he walked over to the storage room, he couldn't help but have a skip in his step. Finally, he had arrived and entered the combination for both of his orders, and a few seconds later, a couple of large boxes had appeared in front of him. Quickly, he lifted 2 boxes and started to rush off towards his dorm room. As he entered the room, he was surprised to see Vorden wasn't there, nor was Peter sitting outside. Although he was too happy to wonder what had happened to them, he placed both of the boxes down and immediately ripped into them. Inspect. Intermediate black-horned wolf boots. Agility +4. Defense +2. When boots are active, can increase the user's speed by 10% for 30 seconds. If hit while active, speed will return to normal. The boots were a solid black in color, while the top of them that covered above his ankles were slightly pointed to imitate the ears of a wolf. Other than that, they just looked like regular boots, which were perfect. Quinn could have bought cheaper boots, but what interested him about these were they had their very own active skill in them as well. Quinn had heard of such items having skills, but usually that was the case with higher-tier equipment. It was quite rare for a piece of intermediate beast equipment to have an active skill, which was why the item was priced at the higher end. Next were the 2 intermediate crystals he had bought. He held each of them in his hand, and the message had appeared. Would you like to store intermediate beast crystals too in your inventory? After selecting yes, the 2 crystals started to disappear and suddenly vanished out of the palm of his hands. Now, when he accessed the shop, the gauntlets that he was looking for were no longer grayed out. After selecting the item, a final message appeared. Would you like to create the best standard intermediate gauntlets? Cost 3 intermediate crystal. The naming of the item was a bit strange, but that still wouldn't put Quinn off. He was the only one that could see the name of the things anyway. After selecting yes, an image was inserted into his head. He could see the 3 crystals he had obtained in a black, empty space. Each of the crystals started to slowly move towards the center of the room, as if they were being attracted by something. Finally, when the 3 crystals touched, a large white light formed in his mind. Then, when the bright light dimmed down, all that was left were the grayish-silver gauntlets. They didn't look like anything special. In fact, it was hard to tell that they had even been made from beast cores in the first place. But Quinn didn't mind. All he cared for was where the stat points. When he opened his eyes and looked down, the gauntlets were placed in his hand. Wow, this is amazing! It really did just form itself and appear out of nowhere. Inspect. Best standard intermediate beast gauntlets. Strength +6. Defense +4. When using the skills Blood Swipe and Blood Spray, attacks will be 5% stronger. He then immediately went into the shop again. But this time, something strange happened. He scrolled and looked, but the item he had just created was no longer there. If you are looking for the gauntlets, they are already in your hands, the system said, sounding half confused. I know that, Quinn replied. It's just I thought I could make another one. If I bought 3 more intermediate crystals, then I could sell it online and make my money back. Unfortunately, each item in the system is a one-time item, the system answered. Once you have created it once, the item may never be created again. Suddenly, Quinn felt a little depressed. The reason he had spent his money so freely on the boots was because he hoped he would be able to make another pair of gauntlets and sell them online. Let me show you something cool, the system said. Open up your dimensional portal using your shadow skill and place both of the boots and gauntlets in there. I'm not going to lose them, am I? Quinn asked. Just trust me. Quinn had already done a few tests with the dimensional portal, so he was sure that he would be able to get the equipment back. He did as told and opened up a small shadow portal, putting both of the items in. Weapons and armor detected in dimensional space. New skill Shadow Equip acquired. Shadow equipment? What does it do? Quinn asked. Just try it out and see. Shadow Equip activated. As soon as the skill was active, clouds of shadow surrounded his hands and feet. He could feel something forming on top of his hands and legs. Then, when the shadow clouds disappeared, the equipment he had put in the portal was now on him. It was like instant equipment. With this, Quinn didn't need to wear all his equipment beforehand. He could even hide high levels of equipment from the eyes of others and be ready for a fight any time. With the new equipment all set up and ready, Quinn was itching to test it out, and he knew the perfect place to test it, the VR game. Unknown to Quinn, though, the last time he played, he had caused quite a stir. People claimed he was a hacked player, and one person in particular had been checking the game every day for Quinn to log in. Logan was waiting for him. This time when he logged in, he was going to find out just who this blood evolver was.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.